hello. This is a bit of an impromptu live, just requested this moment by Rich Mitch, and if Rich Mitch doesn't turn up, I'll be very annoyed. Just gonna get my laptop up and see if there you are, Rich. See, I told you, didn't I? I said I'll be here. How you doing, Rich? All right? No, I'm not here. You are, I can see you, Rich. I'm a reet. He's a reet. Good to know. Good to know, Rich. So I've got no real theme. Make sure I've got no volume on here. I've got no theme, no subject. Hi, Amy. We have got the cat here. You can't see her fully, but there's a little noise from her. And caught the sun. I caught a bit too much of the sun. Yeah, I sat out in the sun today for a few hours, lunchtime. Well, this morning, lunchtime, and then I went out on a bike ride. But before I went on the bike ride, I know I'm very pink. Do you want to see my white bits? Before I went out on the bike ride, I'd already caught quite a lot of the sun. So I did put factor 50 on my face and suntan lotion everywhere else. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Bit pink. It's not sore, it's a bit warm. I'm not good at looking after my skin, I'm afraid. I really love the sun. Matches my hair, yes, doesn't it? So yeah. How is the weather up your end, Rich and Amy? How was your weather? Amy, you're not too far from me, are you? If I recall, could be wrong. Amy, how's your weather anyway? And where are you? Remind me, because I'm not good at all that. I'm not good at all that memory stuff. I've got hair in my eye, or something in my eye. Rainy and grey in Texas. Oh, you're in Texas. I don't know why. I thought you were in the UK. Be nice today. Clear blue skies. Cold tonight. Yeah, it's a bit chilly tonight. I went for a little walk up to the garage so I could have. I decided I wasn't going to drink, and then I decided to go for a walk and get some vodka and coke because, you know, I don't know, just wanted to. It's Pepsi Max Cherry with Russian Standard vodka. How's keto? Oh, Amy, keto went keto went a long time ago. God, quite a while ago. So I went very up and down weight wise. My current thing that I'm doing, because I'm not working, I've got 2 weeks off work, so I'm able, and the weather's been quite nice and stable, so I'm able to get out on my bike every day. So every single day I've been out for a bike ride. One day I went for a walk because I left it a bit late in the day. But every day I'm exercising, either a long walk or a bike ride. So that's my thing. And then mildly conscious of my food. Not mega conscious, mildly conscious. So I have lost a little bit of weight, but yeah. Rich is wearing Cologne Royale. Cologne Royale, is that why can't I think what that is? Who's that by? And Thomas is here. Good evening, Thomas. And Amy's wearing Victorian Picnic. Oh, yummy, love that one. Rich fancies some porridge. I kind of skipped dinner today. So well, actually today, so what happened was last night I got a takeaway. I got an Indian, and I always ordered too much and I just let it feed me for a few days. And I got a chicken danzak and a chicken Ceylon and some rice and onion bhajis. And I had some last night. Then I had some for kind of like a brunch. It was about 12:30. I skipped breakfast and I called it lunch. Couldn't manage everything. So then when I got back from my bike ride, I reheated for the third time, so I'm surprised I'm not ill, I reheated what was left of the takeaway. And that's what I've eaten today, basically. And I was going to have something more tonight, but I couldn't be asked. Can't be bothered to cook anything, so I thought, no, I'm just going to have vodka and Coke instead. Oh, Barry's here. Hi, Barry. Saying hey to everyone. And Heather. Oh my God. Hi, Claire. And there's the duck. Rich, Heather has been worried about you. Heather's been really worried because you were missing in action for a little while. So yes, he's here. He's all right by the looks of it. And Jon Snow's here too. Cologne Royale is Dior. Oh yes. Is that the... Oh no, that was Cologne Blanche. I like the Cologne Blanche there, one with almond. But I can't remember Cologne Royale. So forgive me. Forgive me. So Barry's saying hi to everyone. Hi Rich, hi Heather, hi John Boy. Rich says, fear not Heather. Cheers, my love. Heather, you're very sweet to worry about Rich, but I was also a little bit worried about him as well. Jon Snow. Oh, Jon Snow. Jon Snow. Okay, I get it. Yeah, so I don't have a theme, and I'm always a bit scared of doing a live without a theme, because the theme saves me when I can't think of anything to say. I can go back to whatever the theme might have been. Or if I've got like a load of frags, I can say, right, I'm going to smell this one now, but I have nothing. So I feel kind of naked. So if I run out of stuff to say, I'll just end the stream, or you lot can keep it going. Heather's wearing Ambra Calabria, although my cardigan smells of Molecule 1. Molecule 1 goes with everything though. Robert says, what the fuck, we are definitely on the night shift. Happy Monday to everyone. It's still Sunday, isn't it? Surely. Or is it, do you get a different time zone in Scotland, Robert? Mido says, hi Claire, you look great. Oh, thank you very much. I'm a bit pink. I'm a bit lobster-like. Barry's wearing Zara number 8. Cheap day. Rich says, I wonder if the price of fragrance will drop or rise upon lockdown being lifted. That's a good question, Rich. A good statement, I guess. I saw George Zaharoff did a little bit of a live stream quite a while ago now, and he seemed to think that prices of everything is going to massively drop because shops are going to be overstocked with stuff. So I guess we'll see. And Barry saw that one as well. Yeah, so in a way, maybe it's good to wait and see. If you're thinking of buying anything, it's probably good to wait and see what happens. Because I can't imagine prices will go up. Debenhams is dead. Has it gone completely, Rich? Because my local one went. We lost our local Debenhams a few months ago. It was kind of like the only decent shop in Chatham town, which is not too far from me, and now it's gone. But I understood that, sorry, I'm actually belching. I understood that Debenhams are still fairly alive online. Has it gone completely? Barry says there's some great deals out there at the moment. Thomas says it's Monday in Sweden and he's wearing Ballade Sauvage. Is that another Dior? Barry says Debenhams is still going in some places, but Rich thinks it's liquidation going on. And they filed for bankruptcy last week. Scary times. Heather says, not sure when the lockdown gets lifted, but the orange idiot placed it on each state's governors. Oh, okay. I guess, well, your states are huge. Your states are bigger than our country, aren't they? So I suppose you need it depending on what's going on in your areas. Barry, they've closed down some Debenhams stores, but they just keeping the stores open that are making money. And the Ballade Sauvage is Dior. Or at least there will be once lockdown finishes. Robert says, hey everyone, got 3 half bottles yesterday. So my scent of the day is Penhaligon Sartorial, right arm, Acqua di Parma Colonia left arm, and Vert Bert from Duo on my hairy chest. Nice, Robert. Nice. So on my hairy chest, I've got nothing because the skin's a bit pink. So I kept that a little bit clean because I was worried that alcohol might irritate it. I've got moisturiser here. And up here, I've put Whispers in the Library on one side. I've got Ellie Saab's Essence Rose number 1 on the other side. On my wrists, I've got Dendera here, and I wanted to compare it side by side to Anubis by Papillon because they are both sort of ballpark similar, incensey, dry, spicy, Egyptian. So I thought I'd compare the two, and I feel like they're a bit more different than I realised. Anubis is a bit more leathery, whereas I get a hint of leather from Dendera, but it's just a little tiny faint whiff. And Anubis is a bit more heavy on the leather, I think. And Anubis has jasmine, whereas Dendera has rose. So they're not mega close, but they are definitely in that same ballpark, to the point that I don't know if I need to own both, hence why I'm testing side by side. Sorry for flashing my shoulder, this is a weird top. My stomach's actually grumbling, so I am kind of missing my dinner now. Heather, I'm in Illinois, work in Missouri, and it's interesting. Oh, so you'll have a different law when you're at home to when you're at work. Now that's kind of crazy. I hadn't considered that. Amy said she's in Texas and we're phasing our lockdown out tomorrow. Exciting. Robert, yes, needs some cream on that chest, looks sore. Are you offering, Robert? I bet you are. Amy, do you have any aloe vera? That stuff works wonders. I do actually, I've got some in the fridge, so I will chuck some on. Heather, the school basically stated there won't be a graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. Oh, that's really sad. And Barry said, did anyone watch Brandon's video about Bee by a zoologist? Yes, that was so funny. I loved him running around in the background while the camera was focused on the bottle, and I think it was a jar of honey in the background. So the camera's focused on the jar of honey and the travel size bee fragrance. Then in the background, in the distance, Brandon's wearing a bee outfit and just running around with his dog, like literally running around, just buzzing around. Yeah, that was brilliant. Very funny. Heather says, since I work in a casino, it's not even about the governor, it's up to the gaming commission. Bloody hell. Sounds like it's all getting a bit confusing. Probably a lot easier for us here in the UK, where we just have the one rule for all of us. Robert, I'm always free, Claire. You get your wee present this week. You're getting excited. I don't know about excited. Wee present. When you say we, yeah. I don't know. So cheers everyone. Let me know what your drink of the night is, what your snack of the night is, and what your scent of the night is if you haven't done so already. I've just told you my 4 fragrances of the night. Today I wore Paris by Yves Saint Laurent, the Eau de Parfum. I've not got it here. Oh, I also have on Poison. So I've just done a video comparing Poison Vintage EDT versus Esprit de Parfum, which is a stronger version, and I compared the two. They're both vintage, so I have a bit of that on each like round about where my elbow is, kind of like the crook of my elbow, thereabouts, because it's really important that you know exactly where it is. So I've compared both and I've done the video, it's uploaded. I just need to find a thumbnail and put some words in different places, you know, like you do for YouTube videos. Heather's drinking water and more water. Barry's talking about secretions magnifique. Barry's questioning whether that's what Robert is sending me. Hope not. Amy's drinking water as well. Jon Snow's got green tea. You lot are bloody healthy. Put me to shame. I wasn't going to have a little drink tonight. I wasn't going to last night either. I don't have a problem, I promise you. I really don't. I had 2 drinks last night. I wasn't going to, but God, it's boring. I'm kind of like missing social interaction, and a little drink just, I don't know, just chills you out a little bit. And yeah, and then tonight I really felt like one, so I'm not going mental. This is 3rd at the very most. I think it's 3rd, yeah, 3rd drink of the night. Oh, Barry's at work again. He's got a cup of tea. Amy says it seems like everyone on YouTube just does those same thumbnails now. What do you mean? I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, my thumbnails, it depends. I generally rush them, so they're literally just a screenshot of me normally, really dull. Other people have big, like, words and funny expressions, like sexiest fragrances, or like, oh my god, like all these expressions on their face and stuff, and I'm just trying to find me looking like half decent, smiling. Not that great at thumbnails. Sometimes I get Dan to do them for me, so if you see like a more professional looking one, it's usually because I've asked Dan to do it, because he's good at them. And Untouchable says, evening, do you stream often? If you mean on YouTube live streaming, I do usually do 2 or 3 a week-ish. Kind of depends how I feel, what's going on, whether I'm working or not, that kind of thing. But yeah, I try and do a few a week. I like to give people the opportunity to come together and chat. And it's kind of a social thing. It's almost as good as going to the pub, except I have to get my own drinks. Robert's on the water too. Flush the system out, get rid of toxins. Are my thumbnails long? No, they're not. I keep my nails sportily short. No colour, look, I've had a break. I haven't got around to painting them or gelling them as I do. So yeah, but I need to now get a nice bright colour to clash with my skin colour. Yeah, I'm thinking coral or green, maybe. Who knows? So if you are watching and you haven't yet signed in, you know the rules now. Come on, give us a little wave, give us a little emoji or something. Let us know your scent of the day or night. Taria, hey Claire, how are you? Hope you are doing well. I'm doing very well, thank you, Taria. Thank you for signing in. Robert says, small hands, that's great, makes everything look bigger. Whatever it takes to make you feel more secure, Robert. Rich, I'm in water because I've had a gabapentin and it makes you dry. Okay, I think that's medications. Okay, we'll keep up the water then, Rich. Paul, did you choose the right fragrance choice today as it turned out surprisingly warm? Yeah, it was quite, so as soon as I got up, before my shower, I went and sat in the sun. and it was lovely. And I decided to put on Paris Eau de Parfum, which is a predominantly rose violet, quite a warm, pretty scent. Not necessarily suited to sitting in the sun, but also not particularly heavy. So I enjoyed it. And then after my shower for my bike ride, I put Paris back on for my bike ride. And then I had a bath. And after my bath, I went on with all these different things I'm now wearing. So yeah, but no, I enjoyed Paris, and for me Paris is going to be an inspiration scent for something that I'm writing. So I'm going to try and write a little short story, scented story, with Paris as the inspiration, in a very, however, you know, very open-minded kind of way. I want Paris to inspire a little story that then I will share on here if I can actually write some things. I seem to be struggling at the moment. I think the TV that I've just bought is getting in the way of me doing stuff that I was planning to do. Okay, let's catch up a little bit. So Heather said can't be worse than Sombra. Yeah, I think we're talking about Secretions Magnifique. Yeah, Sombra's worse, I think. Centralise, testing Louis Cardin samples tonight. How are you getting on with that, Barry? Oh, we have a few new people here. Just seeing who we've got. And we've got Benjamin in the house from Scented Half Fragrance. Hi, Benjamin. He says hello. Mitch has the driest of mouths. Okay. John Snow said, Rich, was it quite chilly your way? Didn't feel warm here at all. We've got Scott here. Hello, 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 says Scott. And Joss Jane. Hi, Joss. Nice to see you. And Barry says, I was just getting the popcorn ready then, you spoil sports. Not sure what you mean by that. Paul, wow, scent for each activity. That's impressive. I just spray so much. It's ridiculous. I'm conscious I've got too much. I've got way too much. And I don't have the hugest collection when you look at other reviewers. But I feel like I've got it. I need to use it. Otherwise, what's the point in having it? So yeah, I spray a lot. I spray stuff on top of other stuff. And yes, and today I had a shower, then I had a bath, so there was more space to spray stuff, more skin available. Scott, glowing is not the word. Are you talking about me by any chance? I am definitely glowing. Benjamin's learning about mushroom foraging. That's interesting. I don't like I don't like eating mushrooms. I don't like the smell of them, the taste of them, the texture of them. But I understand they're quite important because Peter often talks about mycelium mushrooms. I need to learn more about that. Rich says it's warm and sunny, but there was a chilly breeze coming from the Pennines. It's quite cold now. Yeah, it's definitely still not hot, despite the colour of my skin. If you catch the wind, it's pretty chilly. And yeah, it's only warm if you can get out the wind a little bit. It was fairly warm today, but yeah, the breeze was cold, even down here in the Southern Hemisphere. Everyone's saying hi to everyone. Why are you foraging mushrooms, Ben, says Barry. Oh, we have Sal here. Hi, Sal. And Paul says, do you think our fragrances are helping elevate our moods in these difficult times? I don't know if they elevate. I think fragrances elevate my mood all the time, and therefore they don't necessarily do any more now that times are a little bit tougher. But I use fragrances to elevate my mood all the time. That's what I'm trying to say. What do people think about that? Do your fragrances help you feel a bit better, happier? I certainly do. I was feeling a bit poo yesterday. I think yesterday the weather was a bit crap, and the weather really affects me anyway. And I was feeling a bit like, you know, I want to go out and exercise, but I don't really fancy going out in this shit weather. And so I specifically chose fresh fragrances. I wore 3 fresh fragrances. I wore Xerjoff 1861 on this arm. I wore Chanel Derville. No, I wore Chanel Derville here, loads of it, because I find that super exhilarating. And I wore Chanel Bay Ritz on this arm. So I wore 3 really vibrant, zesty, fruity citrus fragrances to literally to try elevate my mood. And I think it helps a little bit. A little bit. Joss says, have I ever done a collection video? Yes, I did one after around, not sure if that's ducks or foxes. I did one around Christmas time, New Year's. That was my last one. Things change a lot because I do buy, sell and swap. My collection is very utilitarian. If I'm not using my fragrances or some of my fragrances, I'd rather get rid of them and not take up the space and not feel anxious about having something I'm not using. So it changes a lot. But yeah, I think I might do like where are we now? April. Yeah, I might do an updated collection video, Joss. Benjamin says, is it something always wanted to do? Oh, it is something I always wanted to do. I want to be a crystal hound too. So what does that mean? Go hunting for crystals? I love semi-precious stones, crystals. I've got quite a few polished semi-precious stones. I keep them in a little bowl. I really love crystals. I do feel like there is an energy linked to different crystals. I mean, they are millions or thousands of years old and they come from the earth, so they have to have an energy, and I feel like there's an importance to them. Although I'm no expert, I have a book on it. I remember reading a book years ago, but I just find them so beautiful and very attractive. Oh, we have DB70. Hi, Dave. Gary, hey, gorgeous, looking very sun-kissed, bullied, sun-beaten, maybe. But thank you. Robert, I think everybody sprays too much, as I'm applying about 4 times a day to top up. Nothing wrong with that. May as well. That's what I always say. Okay, I might be missing a few comments here. Oh, I'm missing loads of comments. Sorry about this, I'm a little bit behind. So, stupid cat, look at her. Yeah, we're looking at you, sweetie. She's got her own little door in the kitchen door, which is just around there. But she is a minx. Aren't you, sweetie? You're a little minx. Come on in. Come on. Are you coming in then? Come on. Nope, she's not coming in now because I opened the door. Come on. That's it. Good girl. Yes, you're cold. Oh, sweet, it's cold. Ugh, right. Okay, sorry if I've missed any comments. Robert's saying to Heather, have you been baking cakes recently? Yum. Love cake. Fragrance and music to start the day, can't beat it. Yep, same here. So today I was sat out there and I put the Carpenters on. I don't know why. I was in the kitchen and I started singing to myself, rainy days and Mondays always get me down. And no, it wasn't that. It was Mr. Postman, and I'll tell you for why. Because I forgot that it was Sunday and I'm expecting a few different things. There's a few people sending me stuff and I've ordered a few things and I was like, oh, I wonder when the postman's coming. And I was thinking about that, and then I was thinking, hold up, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. So I asked Alexa to play me the Carpenters, and the first song that came on was Mr. Postman. There you go. So I started off with the Carpenters today, and I find that really nice and chilled. So I sat outside in the sun with my coffee, listening to the Carpenters, thinking that the postman might arrive at some point. Took me hours to realise it was Sunday and it wasn't going to happen. Gary's wearing a Lalik Porhom and gives me a lift, love it. And Barry's just ordered that one. And Scott's wearing Xerius Rouge. Your fragrances, Scott, are quite similar to what Dan wears. There's lots of things you like that he likes. You seem to have quite similar taste. Benjamin says Xerius Rouge for the win. And Barry says Scott is a bad influence on me. I have ordered Xerius Rouge too. We are funny, us lot, aren't we? It's like one person bigs up something and then we're all like, oh, I've got to hunt that down. I've got to check that out. Paul says, did you find it difficult being separated on the latest Smurfy and Smelly? Worked very well though. Any problems? Actually, we tried to do that about a week prior, and technical issues didn't work. So yeah, it was a little bit awkward. It's a different chemistry when you're not in the room together. You have to wait for you have to kind of like pay attention and be conscious of, oh, I want to say something, but it's worse, it seems, if you're from a distance. You end up over talking each other, and yeah, so it's ever so slightly more difficult, but it was fine. It's fine. And you can't spray and sort of sniff. But I had the samples of the fragrances, so it was all good. It's all good. Dave says, haha, sweetie. Oh, she's so cute. You can't see much of her. Listen, see if she makes a noise. You're so funny, sweetie. You're so funny. Right. Just James says, sweetie literally had me lolling. Brilliant. Oh, Isabella's here. Isabella, sorry. Isabella, hello. We only just met the other night. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming back. Robert, Karen Carpenter, what a voice. One of my favourite singers, along with Janis Joplin and Mama Cass. Yeah, I know. I was kind of like contemplative today as well, sort of thinking how sad that she's just had the most beautiful voice. And some of the songs were so joyful. Many of them were very sad. Some of them were so joyful, and to have so much going for you and to not to kind of like just be that obsessed with, or to be that overtaken with losing weight that you let your life slip by is just so sad. And yeah, I was a bit contemplative about that today, but let's not get maudling, as they say. And she was absolutely beautiful, and at least her voice lives on and will do forever and ever and ever. Stream keeps dropping. Is everyone else having issues with my stream, or is it just Rich? Sal says, scent of the day, La Petite Robe Noire, the original, layered with Black Perfecto. Oh, that sounds very nice. Scott saying hi to Isabella. Eva Cassidy, yes, she had a beautiful voice, really beautiful voice, and another tragedy. Joss is saying she has her version of Time After Time. That is one of my favourite songs, Joss, and I didn't know Eva Cassidy did it. I absolutely love Cyndi Lauper's version, but yeah, I didn't know that Eva Cassidy did it, so I'll have to check that out. Barry says, because of the lockdown, I've watched the Queen and Elton John films. Oh, I saw the Elton John one at the movies, at the cinema. I fucking loved it. Excuse my language. I loved it. I love Elton John though. Massively love Elton John. And I would love to see the Queen one. So I have to try and catch up, find that on, I don't know if, is it on Netflix? That's the only TV I've got. That's the only option I've got is Netflix at the moment, and I don't want to get anything else because I'm finding Netflix far too distracting as it is. I don't need anything else. Everyone else seems to be saying that my stream is okay, Rich, so I reckon you need to unplug and then replug in your Wi-Fi. Scott says Stevie Nicks for him. Barry says the Queen film was way better. Mitch says her Songbird was amazing. Yeah, Songbird's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous song. The first time I heard Eva Cassidy was the Over the Rainbow song, and that was beautiful. I find that a really sad song in a beautiful way. Okay, so if I run out of stuff to say, I'm going to rely on you lot to keep the conversation going because I haven't got a theme. I didn't bring any fragrances. I didn't make a theme up. And I do struggle, I have to be honest with you all, I struggle to suddenly think of a conversation. I'm not actually a chatty person. I'm not the most chatty person unless I've got something planned. So I'm not the best at live streams just chatting, if that makes sense. So I'm relying on you lot. If you want to push the conversation one way or another, well up for it. We'll take it any way you want. Rich says mine Wi-Fi has been acting funny buggers recently, to be fair. Josh says top wish list item. That's a good question because I don't actually have too much on my wish list at the moment. I think we had this conversation the other night. A full bottle of Chypripalatan is definitely up there, but I still have a good amount left in 2 travel sizes, so it's not a major rush for me. Yeah, I don't really know what else I want at the moment. Anyone else? Top wish list items. What are you hoping to buy soon? What's God got? What's God got planned for you if you're a God person? Or the universe, what's the universe got planned for you in fragrance wise? Scott says, what's the most expensive fragrance you're all going to buy me after lockdown? What am I going to buy you after lockdown, Scott? Sweet F.A. I'd like to say I'm only kidding, but it's true. Has anyone got any like super expensive things on their wish list? I don't. I'm really excited actually for what Guerlain is doing this year. There's a few things coming out from Guerlain, the higher end line. There's an iris one. Can't remember the others, but yeah, there's a few upper end Guerlains that I want to get my nose on. If I love anything, then I'll treat myself. Fact. John says, I'll send you my spare bottle of pink, Scott. Pink what? Benjamin says Queer Celeste by Ex Nihilo. Ex Nihilo. That's what your expensive buy is. Barry wants Enigma. That's a bit posh. John wants to get Acro Dark, but it's 150 beans. Or like magic beans. Acro Dark. I don't know what that is. Paul says, do your colleagues at work ask for your fragrance advice if they know of your knowledge? Not so much now, because I have a very, very, very small team. I only work with 2 people. My manager actually got into fragrances himself, so he's kind of like ordering all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. He's bought Peter Centauri. I think he bought Dendera and Gaia. So he's buying lots and lots of stuff, and he's off in his own. He knows what he wants and what he likes and what he's interested in. So in my previous roles though, where I worked with more ladies, they would, and all my friends, like my normal friends in my day-to-day life, often ask me advice, whether it's on actual fragrances or where to find deals, that kind of stuff. Tina's here. Hi Tina. Hi guys. Prada, Duris or Shiseido Zen or Proxima or all 3? Have to be honest, the Prada Duris is not my taste. I find it, I don't know, too green, too clean. But that's just a matter of taste. So just get all 3, Tina. Sal's been ordering far too many perfumes. Need to take a break. Yeah, I've got quite a few things coming at the moment, which I absolutely no plans on buying at all. Oh, Barry's also wanted to add Black Phantom. John Snow says, Jupe, Claire, what you want to buy Jupe? You got enough of that, John. Dave says Enigma's lovely, reminds me of boozy ice cream float. Well, that sounds rather nice. Barry says eau de cologne. Ew. And Barry's going to order about 20 samples of all the great frags I keep hearing about. Then I will decide which one is top of my list. Oh, by the way, talking about samples, Joe Voy are back in the game. So I don't know if any of you have ordered from Joe Voy before. They are amazing. They are absolutely the very best boutique in the UK, 100%. I love Joe Voy. I've ordered from them quite a few times. Their sample service is amazing. It's cheap. They're generous. They give you extras. The customer service is out of this world. They were really helpful with me with a special request that I made, and they are back in the game. So they won't be delivering as often as sort of you would normally get, but if you want to order from Joe Voy, you can, and you will get a delivery within sort of a week or so. So I can highly recommend, if you need to get samples and you're in Europe, then Joe Voy is the place to go. So Acro is Oliver Cresp's own little brand. Ah, okay. I hadn't heard of that. Don't know about that. Barry wants Proxima as well. I want Proxima, but only because the bottle is so stunning. I've got the previous sample, the pre-reformulated one, where it's got more grapefruit, and I need to try the current version because apparently there's enough difference. Because I like the sample I've got, but not to the point that I need to own it. But maybe if I try the reformulated version, maybe I'll need to own it, because that bottle, the colour of it, that royal blue, oh, so nice. So nice. Tina says, good to know your opinion, Claire, thank you. Cheers, Tina. It's literally my taste. It may be nothing like your taste. It's just I'm not a fan of green fragrances, and yeah, that Prada Iris one, bit green, just really not my cup of tea. But yeah, that's just my taste. Rich says, have you ever heard of a Jacques Mesrine? I haven't. Has anyone else heard of it? DB70, I've tried Jovoy Psychedelic. Very nice stuff. Yeah, that's the patchouli one, isn't it? Rich says, films about him are immense. So this is the Jacques Mesrine guy. Okay. I thought we were talking about fragrances. Centralized. Have you ever tried Echo Falls mixed berries rosé wine? That's what Proxima reminded me of. That makes sense because it's got strawberry. Is it a little bit like what's that wine I like? Is it like White Zinfandel? Paul Edmonds, do you know it's Kingdom Scotland? Very interesting house based in Edinburgh, producing niche quality fragrances. No, I don't think so. I've got something en route from a Scottish company. Joram Studio. I think it's Joram. It's called Joram Studio. Lola Sense Lauren is a massive fan of the perfumer for the brand, and she likes a fragrance called Floam, which is PHLOEM. She really likes that. Someone got chatting about that fragrance on Instagram. I ended up visiting the site, kind of interested in Flom, however found one that sounded even more my cup of tea. So I ended up blind buying a bottle of the one, I've forgotten what it's called, Psycho something. And then I got in touch with the brand and said I'd really like to get hold of a sample of Flum whilst I'm ordering a full bottle, but they didn't do samples. But they've actually said that they're going to send me a small unboxed bottle that they had lying around of Flum so that I get to try it, which is really, really nice. Great customer service. So I've got a bottle of the one that sounded up my street, which is Iris Tiara flower, I think, or frangipani. I can't remember all the other notes. It sounded really, really great. And then a small bottle of Flum, which is the one that Lola really likes. I think I'm losing the plot here, but that is not anything to do with Kingdom Scotland. It's Joram Studio, another Scottish brand. Claire, any good masculine scents from Jovoy I should try? Off the top of my head, I can't think what brands. I'll come back to you on Instagram, Dave, unless anyone else wants to input on that. Just trying to think what brands they've got. They've got Musk Milano. I don't know them too well. Yeah, let me think on that one, Dave. Tina Blind bought Prada Infusion Douillet. Loved it. So tempted with the iris, but maybe I should get a sample of the rest. Another thing, those infusions, the Prada infusions, Tina, because I was really excited about the almond one, but I find them a little bit weak, a little bit flat. So they smell quite nice. So the orange blossom and the almond one, I think I tried, and kind of nice openings, and then like a bit meh. So if you can sample them, I'd say sample them first just to see how they behave on your skin. Sensitar, I want to try that brand from Scotland. Wasn't brave enough to blind buy one. What I like though is they have 15ml bottles. You can get 15ml, but it was still 49. The one that I went for was €49, I think. I think it was euros, if not pounds. So yeah, it wasn't cheap. Paul says Kingdom do a discovery set, 3 fragrances for 60. Making sense is here. Quick hello. Got a grill for the fam. Happy Sunday. Oh, that's nice. Could you grill me something? I'm a bit peckish now. I quite like my meat overdone, but not too dry. Cheers. Just sent Tina, got a set of the Prada Infusion minis. Kind of a nice way to try like 8 of them. Yeah, that's good if you get things like that. And I think with the miniatures, as much as they're a bit, I've got something in my eye, so as much as miniatures are a bit of a pain because they're usually splashed, at least you get a really cute, attractive little bottle that you can display somewhere. I'm just trying to get rid of whatever thing is floating in my eyeball. And making sense as my wife likes it overcooked too. Cheers. So yeah, how's everyone's buying been going on? Have you been purchasing stuff, been ordering stuff? Do you feel a little bit cut off the fact that you can't go out and smell things? There's some, I'm not massively into designers, but I always want to try all the designers. And I read about stuff and I think, oh, I'd quite like to pop out and smell that. And then I realise I can't. I feel like my arms have been cut off. Barry says, how do I do that? Highlight someone's name when I reply to them. I think you just do the app. So do the @ sign and then start typing and it should come up. It doesn't always work for me, but I'm a bit of a technophobe. Tina says, yeah, I hate not being able to go and sniff. Sean says, damn love, that's a big glass. It is? Cheers, it's bigger than my head, look. It's actually bigger than my head. It's not really, if you put it actually next to my head, it's not as big as my head. But if you do that, it's called perspective. We learnt about it GCSE art. And I could never get a grip of perspective. Shocking at drawing I am. I loved it though, I did love art. Barry just ordered 10 bottles, of which 8 are blind buys. Bloody hell, Bazza. Let us know how you get on with those. Benjamin's guilty and did a haul from Fragrance Net. Yeah, it's fun though, isn't it? Sal says, last night I ordered 2 Viva La Juicy perfumes for the bottles. I heard they smell good too. Brilliant. I think, as long as your income's okay, and I'm lucky, I'm really lucky. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm very, very lucky that my job is safe, I can carry on working and carry on getting paid, income's safe, and yeah, and the fact that I can't go out and I'm not getting stimulated in the ways that I would normally get stimulated by sitting in a pub listening to music, meeting up with my friends, going for meals out and all that stuff. I therefore need stimulation in ordering stuff online. So yeah, that's what's kind of happening. Tina's got to go taking a walk with the kids. Oh, nice to see you, Tina. Thanks for dropping by. John says to Barry, you're the bravest of us all. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of bottles to blind buy. 8 blind buys. Please do an unboxing of all of them and first impressions in one video, because that will be fun. Yeah, that would be fun. Perry Iris Red 360 Claire stimulation. Yes, I know that bottle. We're not going to talk about where the batteries go or anything like that. But yeah, I've seen that. I have never smelled any of those fragrances though. I know I think Chad has talked about them from Gentleman's Journey. I haven't tried any of that. So talking of Chad, he's done some of those sexual, what is it? Who's that? Jermaine, something Jermaine, sexual healing. No, that's Marvin Gaye. Yes, like, oh, is that Perry Ellis as well? Sexual something. Heather says, I can't wait to be able to go into a store and smell perfume. Yeah. I wonder, I mean, I guess new things are still going to come out. Do we think companies are delaying stuff? Because why would you release something if no one can smell it? Does anyone know? I mean, anyone got any facts on that? Are things being delayed? Releases. Jon Snow says, looks a little more comfortable than that Russia's butt plug. Yeah, I guess it depends what orifice you're planning to put it into. What kind of lubricant you've got. Don't use that alcohol gel. Trust me, that's not good. Scott ordered Agent Provocateur Fatal for an upcoming Celeb Crush video. Oh yes, the Celeb Crush video. The one that I'm useless. Can't do because I don't have any celebrity crushes or any that I can think of. Johnny Legrand, hello there. Hi Johnny. Well, Barry says, well, they have testers out though, so even when you can get back into the stores, will you be able to smell them? Because, yeah, they might want to keep the testers away from dirty, sticky, COVID fingers. Oh, Heather says, it's Michael Germain. Ben did a review on sexual. Okay, oh, check that out. I take it you mean Benjamin Sentitar did that. Rich Mitch says Jennifer Lawrence. I think that must be his crush. Rich Mitch, you should do a video. Do it. Do it, Ducky. Barry can't do the celeb crush video because it's too dangerous. Ah, you're going to get in trouble with the wife. Yeah, at least there's no husband. I could do it without getting in trouble, but I just can't think of anyone I fancy. Apart from Ray Winston. Rich says, you just want to see my luscious beak. Yes, and your webbed feet. Benjamin says, will you do the celeb crush video, Claire? The problem is I don't have any celebrity crushes because I'm not very good on generally famous people, popular culture, TV, films. I'm shit at all that stuff. I don't know who anyone is. I could walk, you could put me in a street populated with only top tier movie stars and I would probably walk blindly down the street and just vaguely think, oh, there's some quite good looking people out today. I am absolutely terrible at celebrities, pop stars, movie stars, spotting anyone. Yeah, so I actually honestly couldn't probably think of 10 famous people, let alone 10 famous people I actually fancy. So yeah, I don't know. Or they would be so weird, you know, it might be like Gavin off Gavin and Stacey. I don't know. John says, can we pick your crushes, Claire? Yeah, I mean, you lot can pick my crushes. Then I'll have to spend ages researching who the hell they actually are. And choosing fragrances for them. Michael says, hello, how are you? Hi, Michael. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Rich says, you want to see mine ouds? Yeah, show us your ouds, Rich. Heather says, Chris Evans, Captain America. Chris Evans. Do you know, I have a particular problem with Chris Evans. If we're talking about the same Chris Evans, Chris Evans, if we're talking about that gingerhead twat, from the UK have an issue with him because he went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, going back now 10, 15, maybe even longer years. And it was for charity, because when celebrities go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's always for charity. And he's a DJ. And one of the questions was about the lyrics from Fairy Tale in New York. And he got it wrong. It was an early doors question. He absolutely messed it up. And yes, he is definitely not making it as a crush. But I think that perhaps there's a different Chris Evans because you lot are from America and you probably don't know who this gingerhead twat is. Jon Snow is saying Heather, our Chris Evans question mark. I think Joss is saying Captain America Chris Evans seems like a pretty nice guy. Okay, so there's a Chris Evans who's famous in America, and he's definitely not the same as our gingerhead twat from the UK. Excuse my profanity. Okay. Joss says, my husband wants me to send his celebrity crushes coming soon, maybe. Well, that could be fun. I mean, God, that could be fraught. That could be tension as well. Yeah, I mean, if you think you can handle it, Joss, I think you should do it. I don't think you'll get many people to join in with that. I don't think that will work as a tag video. Heather says, members of bands, Claire. Yeah, maybe a few. I could probably do a few. Yeah, you'll have to Google the British Chris Evans. Yeah, I don't waste too much time on that. Michael says, salute to Captain Tom Moore. Yes, absolutely. Respect to that man. Barry says Bruce Willis. Yeah, I kind of know who he is at least, but he's not a crush. Kelly Reviews. Hiya. Nice to see you here. Cheers. How are we doing? What are you sipping on? Well, this, my dear, is a vodka and Diet Coke in a very small rainbow effect glass. Cheers. Fragrance Phrase is here. Sorry I'm late for the party. That's okay. Do you know what? Being late to the party is actually quite a cool thing to do. Sal doesn't know who the American Chris Evans is either. We definitely have a Chris Evans divide here. So over this side of the water, he's a gingerhead twat, certainly in my opinion. Over that side of the water, it sounds like quite a nice boy. Jon Snow says, well, Kelly Jones for you, Claire, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Kelly Jones is lovely. Quite petite, but that gravelly voice, that'll do it for me. Okay then, so help me, I'm running out of stuff. Heather says, mini me, you complete me. What's that from? Vern Troyer. Oh, Vern, that's that little man, isn't it? Is that him? Vern, yeah, I think that's him. I think I've got that. Right. I'm doing that thing where I'm running out of stuff. Vern died. Did he? Oh, that's a shame. I didn't know that. Oh. Fragrance Phrase. What are you watching at the moment? So, I was recommended, well, last time I did a live, when I admitted that I finally got a TV and I've got Netflix, I was advised to watch Safe, and that's what I'm watching now. So I'm now at the point where they've had the fire and the missing girl is they keep showing her in different places. So I think I'm nearing the end of Safe now. I'm loving that. I'm really loving the British dramas. Rich says the wee men don't last too long. Yeah, that's a shame. That it's part of their condition, I guess. Hey, but if you could buy any new perfume without a budget, what would you buy? Oh, Hillary's here. Hi, Hillary. Nice to see you. If I could buy anything without a budget, I don't know. I don't actually think there's anything major pricey that I need or want right now. Usually I err towards a Galan if maybe it would be a blind buy. There's one called Bouquet de Paris. So it's exclusive in Paris in the Quadrilo bottle. If you don't know what that is, that's the small one. Excuse me. It's supposed to smell a bit like makeup and lipstick and stuff. Haven't smelt it, complete blind buy. But if there is no budget, who cares? I would like Bouquet de Paris. Anyone else? If there's no budget, what would you buy? Michael says, if I'm King of England, are you the Queen of England? That means that we're married, Michael, and I don't really know you. So no, probably not. Callie, have you watched Stranger Things? I usually don't like horror suspense, but that show's making me consider watching more. I haven't seen that one yet. I've heard a lot about it over the years, so I probably should, but I'm afraid of how much there is to watch because there's probably quite a few series. I don't really need to be having my life taken over with a massive amount of things to watch. Fragrance phrase, what's the most expensive purchase in fragrance you've got? That will be my Iris Ganache, which was €345, if I recall. So I'm not as bad as a lot of people, and I tend to split expensive purchases. So I didn't keep all of that. I sold at least half off. So yeah, that's my most expensive. Does anyone want to share their most expensive fragrance purchase? I'm getting really hungry, like my tummy's going rah, 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 rah. Should have eaten. Oh, can you hear my tummy going? I've got snacks. Heather says probably Roger. Sal, I'd get Creed Royal Princess Oud, very bougie. Michael says, does a king and a queen need to be married? I never knew that. Yeah, unless we were kings and queens of different places, but if you were the King of England and I'm the Queen of England, then we would absolutely be married. Unless, of course, you want to be king of somewhere else and I will be the Queen of England. And we will rule our various kingdoms. This is bizarre. Sal says, oh yeah, Roger perfumes look amazing too. DB70, I really liked Stranger Things. Barry belching and farting, so funny. I'm not farting at the moment, Barry. Galan Man, hello Galan Man. Most expensive is Dior Amber Nuit. Well, that's a very nice fragrance, a lovely rose fragrance. My tummy's really grumbling. Scentitar, most expensive Moon Milk, $150 for 30 mils. That is expensive. Callie, I'm wearing Honey Oud by Florist at the moment. I remember that got really hyped up quite a while back, and I haven't heard anything about it for a long time. Barry says her comment after passing wind was, "Oops, the duck is back." I didn't say that. Fragrance phrase, what's your signature fragrance? Mine's Tom Ford Noir de Noir. My signature would probably be my Insolence from Galan, which is a discontinued limited edition flanker to Insolence, and it's a very simplistic raspberry, musk, almond blossom, vanilla. I can't remember what else is in it. It's just a very simple, very clean, very fluffy, musky, almondy scent that I love. Michael, I've been missing my friends today because even though they can be annoying, you love your friends to go for a drive and do your cars up and modify them. Okay. Yeah, that's not something I do, but I can understand that. Scott, you know Claire, but my expensive wish is Fragrance du Bois Amber Intense. That's my fault, sorry. Thomas, Creed Spice and Wood is my most expensive one. That is bloody gorgeous though. It's a good fragrance. Just Jane, I think Maison Lancôme Oud and Boisé is my most expensive. Barry says, I was talking about Moody Booze reviews, outtakes. Claire, you're in. Oh, okay, you missed the one that I did then. Sweet's making little noises. What's the matter, baby? Oh, what's up, darling? Okay, it's alright. Hey, what's up? She's been very squeaky. Come on, darling. What's the matter? Oh, yeah. It was quite discreet, so not everyone would have noticed, but I might have let a little thing slip in a recent video. A little pop off. Little pop off. What's up, darling? What's the matter? She gave me a little wink then, she went. Galan Man, what do you think of Eccentric Molecule 1, 2 and 4? Worth it? I think my preference is Molecule 1, just because I particularly like Isoe Super and the way it smells, although I can sometimes complain about it if it's used too heavily in a fragrance composition. This is me being a snob. I can't remember what 2 and 4 are, but I know that 1 is my favourite. One of them is the Vetiver, I think one of them is the Vetiver Fake, the Vetiver Synthetic. I don't like that one. I think, is it number 4 that is Ambroxan? Because Ambroxan's actually quite a nice scent, but on its own I think it's a bit boring. Joss says she likes 1 and 2 and suggests sampling them before buying them, which that makes sense. Michael says, I'm 18 years old, but I never get into any problems and have 3 cats. I've just got the 1 cat. I sometimes get into problems, and I'm definitely not 18. Fragrance phrase, are you a Mr. Smelly an item? No, we used to be, long time ago. We are friends now and we work much better that way. DP70, or look, they're loving you, sweetie. They're loving seeing, sweetie. O2 is the Ambroxan, O4 is the sandalwood. Okay. Rich says eccentric molecules are a rip-off. I don't know about that. I do think I've tried making my own ISOE Super spray. When I tried it, it wasn't as strong or as long lasting. It wasn't quite the same. And when I refound the bottle that I made up, it had gone off in what, 2 years I'd had it, made it myself. When I sprayed it, it had gone off. It wasn't right anymore. So my bottle of eccentric molecules I've had for quite a few years. It's absolutely perfect. So I think there's a few things to say, but it depends. I mean, if you love how it smells, it's worth it. If you don't, it's not. Simple. Barry says Zara do some cheap versions of the molecules. Fragrance phrases, have you ever visited Scotland? Yes. What did I do? So I worked on a cruise ship and we went to, where did we go? I think we went to Glasgow. Somewhere else. I can't remember where. Cobe. It's called Cobe and Cork. No, that's Ireland. Hang on, that's not right. A couple of places in Scotland, but I was on a ship, so didn't see loads. I just sort of like on my day, like on my time off, I go to the pub and back to the ship. So I didn't explore a lot. Rich Mitch, cat be nimble, cat be quick, cat be strutting despite being thick. Really want to try O2. Do they boost another fragrance if you layer them, says Dave. I don't know about boosting. I mean, at the end of the day, how can a fragrance boost something? But it probably forms a layer on your skin that would potentially then allow the top layer to last longer. But I can't see how a fragrance can push another fragrance off your skin. That's my personal opinion. Michael has a ragdoll called Emmy and she always tries to get under the blankets. She sees her mum won't let her on the beds. Yeah, my cat, she does what she wants. She doesn't get on my bed too much. She used to come find me in the mornings and sometimes try and like she'd do all that until you let her under, and then she'll like crawl up in the crook of your knee or something and have a little sleep. Miss Sam, what are you doing on YouTube? It's not a tan, it's a sunburn. Do you want to see my white bits? Only for Miss Sam. White bits. Yeah. It's a burn. Well, it's not like sore. It's not sore, it's just a bit pink. A bit lobsterish. Joss, I don't think Sweetie is thick, if you mean plus size. She's not plus size. Actually, she used to be super skinny and she had kidney problems. She couldn't get her to gain weight, and all of a sudden now she seems to have got over her problems. She eats well. She is getting a little bit chunky, but I'm happy to see her looking a bit chunky. Hillary, oh my gosh, you must be miserable. What's that in relation to? Hillary, who must be miserable? Heather says O2 reminds me of one component of Baccarat 540. Miss Anne says sunburn, or it's sunburn's a bit extreme. It's not like proper sunburn. It's just warm and pink. Tomorrow it won't be so pink. It's not sore. Michael says, did you know you called a small river a burn in Scotland? No, I did not. Oh, the sunburn. No, it's honestly, it's not a problem. It's fine. It's not even sore. It's just slightly warm. It's warm to the touch, but it's not sore. I will put the aloe. I've got aloe vera in the fridge and I will put some on, but I promise it's not a big deal. Jimbo, did I make it before the end? You did. You're here, Jimbo. Nice to see you. Oh, my bladder's screaming, so it might be near the end. It might be near the end. Michael thinks he's got a sunburn fetish. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Yeah, I'm like a bit. Bladder's playing up now. Oh, everyone's saying hello to everyone. Everyone's saying hello to Jimbo. Very nice. We're a lovely little community we've got here. Oh, Rich has done a little unicorn emoji. Very cute. I should probably cover up some of this pink. Michael says, don't drink and drive, leave the drink at home. Or just stay at home with the drink and leave the car outside. Galanman, were you supposed to be in Milan now? Yes. Actually, I think I was supposed to be flying home tomorrow, Monday. I think that was the plan. So yeah, it should have been in Milan. Miss Anne says, from your taste in landscape and scenery, I think you'll enjoy the Scottish Highlands, Glencoe, Skye, Arran and Fort Williams recommended. Yeah, I'd love to. I need to explore more of the Scotland, UK. I don't know. I need to explore more without having to go so far afield. Because I do enjoy. I loved Devon when I went to Devon last year, and I've been to Cumbria in Wales, and I've seen a bit of Ireland. So yeah, but I do want to see more. Michael says, can you believe it just passed my driving test in March and I've never been out the house in my new car? No, Michael, well, you can go shopping. You're allowed to go shopping. Take your car shopping. Galan Man, say, can you talk through what the event in Milan is like? Have you been before? Yes, I went last year. So the main event is a big, you know, like if you go to a trade show, it's like going to a trade show, but it's just perfume. So you enter the event and you just smell perfume everywhere. And there's stalls, little stalls all over the show. You walk your way through, and all these niche small houses everywhere, or some of the bigger houses as well, and usually just manned by 1 or 2 people at each stall. You could spend hours and hours walking around all the different stalls. It's overwhelming. It's a little bit too much, but it goes on for several days. So the best thing to do is not to try and see everything straight away, just to be a bit more targeted. There's also usually little spin-off places you can go to. So when I went, zoologists were based in a separate hotel, and a few other brands were as well. There was another hotel with lots of different brands in it. So since the main event is in one massive building, but there are other places you can go to that are also doing perfume stuff. And yeah, it's really fun because you bump into bloggers and vloggers and brands and people that you might know from Facebook and just from FragCon, really. It's lovely. And it's Milan, so the pizza's fantastic. So I had a pizza every single day last time. I love pizza. Jim says, might have something to do with a single malt. Miss Anne says, yes, Scotland is in the UK, but don't tell the Scottish. And Rich says Cumbria's not in Wales. Shit, if I'm, oh my god, I'm shit at geography. Dave has only ever been to Dundee. Miss Anne, you're from are you from Dundee? Hang on. I can't remember exactly where you're from, Miss Anne. Rich says bloody Savannah. Don't know what that means. Michael has, have you been to Cheshire near Manchester? No, I haven't. I have been to Liverpool. I haven't done much up north, but I have been to Liverpool and I loved it and I need to go back. John Snow says Cheshire is very posh. Michael, apart from Stockport. Barry says Cheshire Oaks. That's where Hollyoaks is filmed, isn't it? I used to watch Hollyoaks, going back quite a long time though. Gallant Man says, how much is a ticket? It's free. You can go. You just have to pre-arrange on their website to go. The only ticket you buy is your flight and your accommodation. So yeah, it's not, you don't have to pay to go to the event unless you're exhibiting. Centralised says The Stranger was filmed in Cheshire, was it not? Oh, I didn't know that. And John says yes, and all the shithole bits were in Stockport. And Miss Anne says yes, he lives in Dundee. Yay, well remembered. I remember something. Michael's from Cheshire. Savna. So you mean Savna, Rich? I'm a Savna. Michael says Cheshire's not that posh, had not much Christmas lights up. Oh, so how posh you are is based on how much Christmas lights. In that case, I am not posh at all. I didn't have any Christmas lights. Okay, my bladder's really playing up now, so I am going to put an end to this in just a second. But do you know what, you lot? You could all give me a like if you want. That would be really nice. Don't forget my adverts, my revenue is all going to a charity called Happy Endings, which is not what you might think. It's a rescue for animals, a sanctuary for animals based here in Kent. And the current count on my ad revenue is £69, which is rather appropriate. The final amount for this month will come out on the 21st of this month, so not too long. So if you watch my videos, try not to skip all the ads. Give me likes and comments and shit, because that all helps. And obviously it helps me anyway, but it helps Happy Endings, and we all like happy endings, don't we? I could do a good happy ending. Am I from Essex? No, I'm from Kent, not far from Essex. So yes, good night everyone. I hope you all have a happy ending. I wish you all a happy ending. Give us a like, give us a comment once the video's uploaded or whatever it is. And thank you so much for joining in. Thanks for making my evening fun. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have too. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye. I might put Sweetie on. I might give you a little flash of Sweetie before I turn it off, because I know you like a bit of... Oh. There she is. Bye everyone.